So, what are the things that you can control within melodies and when you're writing melodies? So, the things that you can write down as the tools that you can play with from a melody tool standpoint is you can decide how many phrases you have in a section. So, you can control the number of phrases. You can control the length of the phrases, meaning are those phrases happening in one measure? Is a phrase happening in two measures? Is it a 4-bar phrase? You know, how long is the phrase itself? Also, the rhythm of the phrases. That's the rhythm of the notes and also the rhythm of the rests. And it's also the length of your notes as well. So that is a knob that you can turn. Another knob that you can turn is pitch range. So a lot of times you'll hear songs start with the verse as being the floor. So usually the verse is the lowest part of the song. Pre-chorus might go up a little bit, and then your chorus is a little bit higher, and then it drops back down to the verse, pre-chorus, chorus, and then your bridge many times can either go higher than your chorus or it could go lower, more into a verse range as well. But that's what creates tension and release within your song. You hear people talking about the energy or building up tension and then releasing it. You can do that very effectively with pitch range by making the pitch start low in the verse, go a little bit higher, go back down, and then build up again, and then sort of go out the back of the song with the chorus repeating. Another very powerful tool that you have in your toolbox is melodic shape, which is, you know, melodically, melodies do shapes. And someone mentioned earlier in the chat, you know, if you look at sheet music, you can actually see melodic shapes within on the paper, but you can also hear it in your mind as well. So we'll talk more about melodic shape in a minute. Also, something that's really powerful is where the phrase starts in relationship to the downbeat. So the downbeat is your one of the measure, no matter what time signature you're in. If you're in 4/4, if you're in 6/8, if you're in 3/4, the downbeat is the one. And by changing where your melody starts in relationship to that, you can create contrast, but you can also create prosody with what you're saying within your song as well. So an example of this is the song How Will I Know that Whitney Houston sang. It alternates where the phrases or the melody starts. So the verses start with a pickup before the downbeat. The pre-chorus starts on the downbeat, and the chorus itself starts after the downbeat, and it creates an interesting development in the song, but it also kind of relays the emotion of it as well. So it starts off with, there's a boy I know, he's the one I dream of. Looks into my eyes and takes me to the clouds above. Ooh, I lose control. I can't seem to get enough. When I wake from dreaming, and tell me, is it really love? Now it's on the downbeat. Ooh, how will I know? How will I know? How will I know? How will I know? How will I know if he really loves me? I say a prayer with every heartbeat. I fall in love whenever we meet. I'm asking you 'cause you know about these things. So if you see, it changes each section, and that's something that you can do when you are writing your songs as well, is pay attention to where the phrase is starting, because it can create different contrast, but it can also create prosody as well. And then thank you, Ra, thank you very much. repetition is also something that you have in your toolbox too. You know, sometimes you don't always have to be coming up with something new. It's okay to repeat certain things because it helps the listener remember your song. So, one of the pro tips for all of these tools is vary as many of these as possible from section to section to create contrast and to keep your listener interested in the song.